In Five Nights at Freddy's, the world of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza feels normal during the day. Kids laugh, parents bring their children in, and animatronic mascots stay on stage and perform shows. But as soon as the clock hits midnight, everything changes. The animatronic characters Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy begin to wander through the dark hallways. They creep along corridors, peek around corners, and if they find you in your security office, they start to attack. This nighttime movement feels strange, because during the day, those same robots stood frozen and lifeless on stage, static and safe, entertaining families. The simplest explanation is that within the game's story, the animatronics are only allowed to or able to move once the restaurant is closed and there are no customers or employees around. They are left in some kind of free roam mode. Once the pizzeria shuts down, with no humans in sight, meaning they are no longer watched by staff or children. At least, not until the night guard arrives, of course, to sit alone in his office. This design explains why they don't wander around when the place is open. Someone would surely notice if a mechanical character started walking around while children eat pizza. There's also a deeper fictional reason, rooted in the lore that Five Nights at Freddy's fans talk about. In the story, many of the animatronics aren't just robots. They are possessed by the spirits of children who were killed inside the pizzeria. These souls don't come forward or show full activity when the place is bright and crowded, but in darkness they seem more eager and more deadly. At night, when the lights are dim and the building is closed, the barriers between the normal world and the supernatural feel thinner. That's why the animatronics seem alive only after hours, and why they seem to move with purpose and awareness of their surroundings. As if someone inside them drives them to seek out anyone who is present in the dark. Within the story itself, there are hints that the animatronic movements was intentionally restricted after certain incidents, like the bite of 87, an event mentioned in the lore where an animatronic injured someone badly enough that rules were put in place so these machines should never roam freely during business hours. Because of this, the animatronics are essentially programmed to only shift into free roam mode during the night. When 6 in the morning comes and day breaks again, their free movement stops and they return to their stage, almost like going back to a standby mode until the building closes again. There's another interesting idea shared by fans and reflected in how the game is designed. The animatronics move only when they are not being directly observed. This is a bit like a spooky twist on a thought experiment, used in other sci-fi and horror stories. The idea that an entity remains still or dormant while watched and only moves when no one is looking. In FNAF, because the restaurant is empty at night, except for the guard, the robots are free to shift around. During the day, with lights on and crowds watching, they behave like expected children's attractions. There is also a practical storytelling reason behind this, of course. The player's experience is built around being alone at night, with limited information and, of course, limited power. If the animatronics moved during the day, when everything was bright and filled with people, the eerie sense of isolation that defines the series would be gone. The night setting creates tension and fear, and makes the animatronics' behavior feel especially threatening, because it's happening in silence and darkness, far away from anyone who could help you. But after all this is said, why do you think they only move at night? Do you have any better explanation? Or would you like to add something to what I said? Well, feel free to leave a comment, of course. I'm always eager to read those. Yeah, I hope I see you in the next video, in the next lore type video. And until then, see ya.